listened in. Yes, I'm guilty of this, you should know this. I broke down.
Tegan and I do not live in the same city. She lives in Vancouver and I live in Montreal, and so we write completely independently from each other, which is great. This album we actually took like a year off, and we rode and hung out at home, and I went to the dentist and I had my hearing checked, and then we went to Portland, Oregon, where we recorded the album with Chris Walla. He was wonderful, and he was really into just like whatever Tegan and I had done as demos. We pretty much like used that like as a blueprint, and rarely sort of went off that path. Like a couple of my songs we sped up, and one song we changed a key or something like that. But for the most part, we just like used it as a blueprint, and it was wonderful. And so he kind of really like nurtured and rewarded our songwriting, like the way we just do it. Like he wasn't trying to be like, now you got to get in with the drummer and jam it out. Like he was like, what do you normally do? And I'm like, sit in my closet and record vocals by myself for like 3 hours. And he's like, let's do it. You know, like he just wanted to do what we wanted to do. So I really loved it, and I like that Tegan and I can collaborate post like song. Like once the song is done, I can be like, I think it needs this weird guitar part, or I think that it doesn't need anything, and you've done a great job. And so that really works for us too.
I think our writing has matured for sure. I mean, we're writing about, you know, the same stuff, really, relationships and the feelings we have inside of us and our insecurities and stuff. But, you know, over the years, we've probably played played hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of shows and in a million different environments. So I think we're getting really good at playing and performing, and so yeah, over time our writing has really developed. And most artists put out their first records when they are 25 or 26, and you know, we got started really young. So sometimes when I listen to our first records, I'm kind of embarrassed, but I'm getting to the age now. I actually last week spent some time with our old records, and I'm like, these are pretty good. Like for 19-year-olds and 20-year-olds, I mean, it feels like what 19 and 20-year-olds should have been doing, you know, but aren't usually together enough or focused enough to get done, and we did, and it's something to be proud of, not embarrassed of. So, but I definitely think like The Con, our newest record, is a much more mature, thorough, you know, thought-provoking, like sonically, like powerful record comparatively. We like life. We like life on the road sometimes. It's okay, and but it's a privilege to get to do what we do. So even on during the times where you just don't feel like doing it, you like remember that you're like playing shows to kids who like this is like the biggest thing for them, and they're so excited, and you try to like you know, sort of corral that energy and remember that like for them this is not show 88 of the year or whatever. Like this is it. They're going to see you once, and they want a good show, and they deserve a good show. So we try to like be excited about it, and we have toured extensively over the last 9 years, but this is actually a pretty long tour. Like, we're going out straight for 7 weeks, which we generally like to take little breaks just to get away from each other and freshen up, get haircuts, exfoliate, you know, that sort of thing. When the White Stripes covered Walking with a Ghost, we heard about it before we heard it, and we thought it was a joke. Well, first we thought we were being lied to, then we thought it was a mistake, then we thought they must be joking, then we thought that they might have been making fun of us, then we heard it, and we were like, cool. So we were excited. I mean, so many people heard it, and it really seemed to like create a lot of momentum too. There was a lot of other stuff happening at that time for us, like tour-wise and radio-wise and record-wise, but it was cool. And we got to meet Meg. She came and played it for us, like at a show that we were doing in Detroit, and then we went bowling, and we were super into it. It's cool when artists cover you. There's lots of bands that we've heard covers before, and we've been really excited. This was obviously the biggest band, so everyone made a big deal out of it, but it was fun. It's interesting to hear other people's interpretations of your music.
I'm hoping this music thing works out, and if it doesn't work out, I'm going to be making babies and strawberries in my near future.
You're going to make strawberries?
Grow them. Confusing.